Many of you know the discomfort of waking in the quiet hours of the night, only to feel your legs seize with sudden pain. Or perhaps you have noticed the heaviness of stiff muscles that make even simple movements feel like a burden. These moments remind us how fragile the body can become with age. Yet within this fragility also lies the possibility of renewal. The body, like the mind, responds to nourishment. When we give it what it truly needs, tension begins to soften, circulation flows more freely, and the restless contractions that trouble our nights gradually lose their grip. Healing often begins not with great medicines or elaborate treatments, but with the ordinary foods we place upon our plate. Today, I want to share with you 3 such foods. Simple, accessible, and deeply nourishing, they have the power to protect your muscles from painful cramping, strengthen your legs, and preserve the gift of mobility that makes independence possible. These foods are not exotic or rare. They are familiar companions that, when understood and used wisely, can transform discomfort into ease and limitation into strength. As we explore them together, I invite you to listen not only with the mind, but also with the body. Notice how it feels when you imagine giving your muscles what they long for. Perhaps you will sense the possibility of a night's rest undisturbed by sudden pain, or the ease of rising from your chair without stiffness. We begin our journey with the egg, a symbol of both simplicity and renewal. Hidden within its small form is a complete source of nourishment, carrying essential elements that protect the aging body from weakness and fatigue. Let us look more closely at how it serves us. Among the many foods that nourish our muscles and sustain the aging body, one humble source of strength has endured across cultures and generations: the egg. Small in form, yet profound in what it carries, the egg is a reminder that nature often hides its greatest gifts in the simplest places. When we look closely, we see that this single food has the power to protect the body from weakness, restore the balance of nerves and muscles, and guard us from the painful cramps that often disturb our nights. Let us begin with the foundation: protein. The body, like a finely woven cloth, depends on threads that hold it together. Over time, those threads fray. For older adults, a natural decline in muscle mass, known as sarcopenia, leaves the body more vulnerable to fatigue and cramping. Protein becomes not only fuel but also the stitching that repairs what has been worn down. Eggs offer this in its complete form, carrying all 9 essential amino acids required for repair and renewal. A single egg contains 6 grams of high-quality protein, enough to begin rebuilding fibers, reducing fatigue, and improving the efficiency of muscle contractions. When muscles contract smoothly, the frequency of cramps diminishes and the body regains a sense of steadiness. Yet protein is not the only treasure within the shell. The yolk holds another vital element, vitamin D. Without it, calcium cannot be absorbed, and without calcium, muscles cannot contract with strength or rhythm. Deficiency in vitamin D often reveals itself not only in weak bones, but also in cramps, chronic aches, and a body that feels drained of vitality. Research confirms that seniors who lack sufficient vitamin D experience more frequent and severe leg cramps. Though the sun is our most natural source, many older adults spend less time outdoors, making dietary intake essential. The egg yolk, modest as it seems, contributes to restoring this balance. One egg provides about 40 international units of vitamin D. While this is only a fraction of the daily need, around 800 to 1,000 units for seniors, it becomes meaningful when combined with other sources such as fortified dairy, yogurt, salmon, or sardines. Together, these create a network of support that strengthens both bone and muscle. Still, the gift of the egg goes beyond muscle tissue and bone. It reaches into the intricate realm of the nervous system. Here, vitamin B12 plays a crucial role. When B12 levels fall, nerve signals falter. The body then experiences misfires, spasms, tingling, or cramps that seem to arrive without reason. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because the production of stomach acid decreases with age, reducing B12 absorption. Medications commonly prescribed for diabetes or acid reflux, such as metformin, can also lower B12 levels further. Even dietary restrictions, such as reduced intake of meat, can leave the body deprived. The consequences are clear: frequent cramps, burning sensations, numbness, and in some cases, anemia that robs the muscles of oxygen. Eggs provide a direct and gentle answer to this problem. Rich in B12 and choline, they strengthen the insulation of nerves, known as the myelin sheath, ensuring that communication between muscles and nerves remains smooth and precise. In this way, the egg not only feeds the body, but also restores the integrity of its inner connections, reducing neuropathy-related cramps that are so common among older adults and those with diabetes. Compared with red meat, eggs bring these nutrients with less fat, easier digestibility, and greater accessibility. For vegetarians who still consume dairy but avoid meat, eggs become one of the most reliable ways to sustain B12 levels and protect nerve function. The natural question arises: how much is enough and how much is safe? For many years, eggs carried a shadow of suspicion because of their cholesterol content, yet modern research has illuminated a different truth. For most healthy seniors, consuming 6 to 7 eggs per week does not significantly affect cholesterol levels. In fact, replacing processed meats with eggs often proves to be a heart-healthy choice. Still, balance is essential. For those with pre-existing heart conditions or high cholesterol, medical guidance should be sought. Egg whites, rich in protein but free of cholesterol, offer a safe alternative when caution is necessary. Consider too the time of day and the way in which eggs are consumed, because nocturnal cramps are often linked to poor recovery, electrolyte imbalance, or nerve dysfunction. Including eggs at breakfast or even in an evening meal can support overnight repair. Their blend of protein, vitamin D, calcium, and B12 helps muscles recover while the body rests. The quiet hours of sleep then become a time of healing rather than disturbance. Of course, the path is not the same for everyone. Seniors with kidney disease may need to limit protein intake, and in such cases, consultation with a physician is vital. Those managing diabetes should pair eggs with fiber-rich foods such as whole grains or vegetables, balancing blood sugar and enhancing overall nutrition. For most, however, the egg remains an ally, adaptable, nourishing, and accessible. To maximize its benefits, remember the principle of harmony. An egg is most powerful when it does not stand alone, but joins with other nourishing companions. Combine it with leafy greens, nuts, dairy, or fish, and you create a meal that strengthens the body on multiple levels. Pair it with sunlight, even a brief walk outdoors, and you enhance the vitamin D that the yolk provides. In this way, the egg becomes more than food. It becomes part of a daily ritual of balance, resilience, and renewal. Let us reflect for a moment. When you hold an egg in your hand, you hold a symbol of beginnings. Its shell contains the potential for life, and within it, the nutrients that sustain life. To eat an egg is to accept a gift of renewal, a reminder that the body, though aging, can still be strengthened, restored, and prepared for the day. Each bite is a quiet affirmation. I choose to nourish myself, to support my muscles, to protect my nerves, to ease the burden of my legs. In the stillness of the night, when cramps have so often stolen rest, imagine instead a body at ease. Muscles nourished and repaired, resting deeply. Nerves shielded and steady, sending signals with clarity. Bones supported by calcium and strengthened by vitamin D, holding you upright with quiet dignity. This is the possibility that arises when we embrace the egg not simply as food, but as a companion on the journey of aging well. For the senior who seeks freedom from cramping, who longs to rise from bed without fear of sudden pain, or who wishes simply to walk with steadier steps, the egg offers its humble assistance. 6 or 7 each week, adapted wisely to one's health, may be enough to turn weakness into strength and restlessness into rest. Thus, let us honor this simple food. In its small form, it teaches us that the path to strength is not always found in what is complex or rare. Sometimes it is found in what is already before us, waiting quietly to be received. After speaking of the egg, let us turn to another gift of nature, one so common that its power is often overlooked. The banana, soft and golden, rests quietly on our tables, yet within its gentle sweetness lies the strength to calm restless muscles and restore balance to the body. For the aging body, where cramps and stiffness often intrude upon daily peace, this fruit becomes more than nourishment. It becomes medicine offered by the earth itself. Why is the banana so valuable? The answer begins with potassium, a mineral that acts like an invisible conductor, guiding the rhythm of muscle contractions, nerve signals, and the delicate balance of fluids within our cells. When potassium is abundant, muscles move smoothly, nerves communicate clearly, and the body feels at ease. When potassium falls too low, a state known as hypokalemia, muscles become excitable, spasms erupt without warning, and cramps arrive with sharp persistence. A single banana holds around 420 milligrams of potassium, nearly 12% of the daily need. This is not just a number, it is a thread of harmony woven back into the body. For older adults, 1 or 2 bananas a day can become a shield against cramping. Each bite helps restore a balance that aging, medication, or inadequate diet may have eroded. Without potassium, electrical signals falter, nerves misfire, and cells struggle to regulate their fluids. But with it, movement regains its natural flow, and the painful interruptions of cramping recede. Studies show that seniors are especially prone to potassium deficiency. Appetite may decline with age. Medications such as diuretics for blood pressure can drain the body of this mineral, and even simple dehydration can create imbalance. Bananas therefore serve as both remedy and prevention. By restoring potassium levels, they offer not only muscle comfort but also stability in nerve communication and fluid balance. Yet potassium is only one aspect of this fruit's wisdom. Bananas also carry magnesium, another mineral essential for relaxation. Where potassium excites muscles to contract, magnesium soothes them into release. Without enough magnesium, muscles remain tense, easily triggered into painful spasms. Each banana provides 32 milligrams of this mineral, enough to contribute to the gentle unwinding of tightness. When eaten alongside other magnesium-rich foods like nuts or leafy greens, the effect deepens. The result is not merely the prevention of cramps, but also an improvement in recovery, allowing muscles to rest after effort. Nighttime cramps, the sudden tightening of legs during sleep, are often linked to deficiencies of both potassium and magnesium, as well as poor circulation and dehydration. Here, bananas again serve with quiet effectiveness. Because they also contain hydration-supporting carbohydrates, eating one a short time before bed can reduce the intensity of nocturnal cramps. Muscles relax, electrolytes balance, and sleep, so often stolen by pain, returns as a natural companion. But the banana's support reaches even further into the health of the nervous system. Within this fruit lies vitamin B6, a nutrient that shapes neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that direct muscle movements. A single banana contains nearly 30% of the daily need for B6. When levels are sufficient, communication between brain, nerve, and muscle flows without interruption. When levels fall, cramps appear more often, inflammation rises, and energy production diminishes. Research has shown that seniors with low B6 intake suffer more frequent and severe cramps. The banana, with its gentle provision of this vitamin, becomes a safeguard for nerve health, reducing the chance of spasms and improving the body's resilience. Let us imagine the experience of eating a banana not simply as nourishment, but as a practice of balance. The potassium steadies the rhythm of contraction and release. The magnesium allows tension to dissolve. The vitamin B6 ensures that signals flow with clarity. Together, these elements create harmony within the muscles and nerves, protecting the body from the disruptions of cramping. Hydration, too, must be remembered. For even with potassium and magnesium, if the body is dry, cramps can still appear. The banana offers natural sugars and water that contribute to hydration, but this is not enough alone. For best results, seniors should drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, pairing a banana with water or coconut water, which contains its own electrolytes, strengthens the effect. In this way, both fluid and mineral balance are maintained, keeping muscles supple and strong. How much is enough? For most older adults, 1 banana each day is sufficient to sustain muscle health. For those who suffer frequent cramps, 2 may provide greater benefit. Yet balance is again the key. Because bananas are high in natural sugars, seniors with diabetes must approach them with mindfulness. When paired with fiber-rich foods like nuts or whole grains, the sugars are absorbed more slowly, avoiding sudden spikes in blood sugar. Thus, even those managing diabetes can receive the benefits, provided the fruit is eaten wisely. Let us pause and see the deeper teaching. The banana, in its simplicity, embodies the principle of balance. Excitation balanced by relaxation, sweetness balanced by fiber, hydration balanced by minerals. It does not act through one element alone, but through the harmony of many. This is the same principle that guides health in old age. The body is not healed by one solution, but by the quiet alignment of many small choices made with care. When you peel a banana, you uncover more than fruit. You uncover the possibility of steadier steps, calmer nights, and muscles that move without protest. You hold in your hand a reminder that nature has already prepared remedies for the struggles of aging, if only we learn to listen. Imagine rising in the night, not from pain, but simply to stretch and return to peaceful rest. Imagine walking in the morning, not with stiffness, but with fluid motion. These images are not distant hopes. They are natural consequences of balance restored. And balance can be restored by something as simple as eating a banana each day. For the senior who has endured the sting of sudden cramps, this fruit offers not only physical relief, but also a message. Health does not always require complexity. Sometimes the sweetest answers are already within reach. To eat a banana is to participate in the rhythm of life itself, the contraction and relaxation of muscles, the sending and receiving of nerve signals, the flow of fluids within the body. Thus, let the banana become part of your daily ritual. Eat it in the morning to prepare your body for movement, or in the evening to protect your sleep. Pair it with water, with nuts, or with grains, and you will discover how this simple fruit can transform discomfort into ease. In its quiet way, the banana teaches us to honor what is ordinary, for the ordinary often holds the key to extraordinary well-being. After speaking of eggs and bananas, let us turn to another offering of nature, one that grows quietly on trees and in the earth, waiting to be gathered in the palm of your hand. Nuts and seeds, though small, hold within them the concentrated wisdom of life itself. A seed carries the potential for growth, for from it a tree may rise. In the same way, when we eat them, they pass that potential on to us, fortifying muscles, steadying circulation, and calming the nervous system. For seniors who struggle with cramps and weakness, these small foods can become companions in the journey towards strength and comfort. The richness of nuts and seeds begins with magnesium. This mineral is like a balm for the muscles, easing their excitability and encouraging relaxation. Many older adults unknowingly suffer from low magnesium intake, which makes cramps more frequent and recovery more difficult. A simple handful of nuts can restore what is missing. Consider the numbers. A single ounce of pumpkin seeds contains 168 milligrams of magnesium, 40% of the daily requirement. Almonds and cashews provide slightly less, but still offer steady support. Each bite is not only nourishment, but also a step toward freedom from the sudden grip of leg cramps. Potassium too resides within these foods. Pistachios, almonds, and cashews all carry this mineral, which supports the smooth contraction and release of muscle fibers. As with bananas, potassium in nuts and seeds ensures proper nerve communication and fluid balance, reducing the risk of spasms caused by dehydration or exertion. For seniors who sweat during summer walks or exercise, this replenishment is especially vital. The balance of magnesium and potassium makes nuts and seeds a natural tool for electrolyte restoration, keeping muscles ready for both activity and rest. Beyond minerals, these foods offer protein to repair tissue and healthy fats to support circulation. Omega-3 fatty acids, found abundantly in walnuts and flax seeds, reduce inflammation that weakens muscle fibers over time. Monounsaturated fats, present in almonds and cashews, encourage healthy blood flow, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach the muscles. When circulation is poor, cramps appear most often at night when the body lies still. By regularly consuming nuts, seniors can enhance blood flow, quiet inflammation, and reduce those painful awakenings. Chronic inflammation is another silent enemy of muscle health. Over time, it erodes tissue, causes fatigue, and makes cramping more likely. Nuts and seeds hold within them antioxidants and compounds that fight this inflammation. Walnuts, flax seeds, and almonds, when added to the daily diet, can reduce oxidative stress, promote recovery, and protect long-term muscle health. For seniors who also live with arthritis or chronic pain, these foods may provide natural relief, not as a quick cure, but as a steady influence over time. Let us look more closely at specific choices. Pumpkin seeds, highest in magnesium, are excellent for restoring calm to restless muscles. Almonds provide both magnesium and potassium, along with healthy fats. Pistachios deliver one of the richest potassium contents among nuts. Cashews, with their combination of magnesium and fat, support both relaxation and circulation. Walnuts, with their omega-3s, reduce inflammation deeply. Each has its own strength, but together they form a choir of nourishment. By varying them, seniors can benefit from the harmony of multiple nutrients at once. Still, the teaching of balance must be remembered. Nuts and seeds, though powerful, are also dense in calories. To eat them without mindfulness may lead to weight gain, which places further strain on joints and muscles. Moderation is the key. A small handful, about 1 ounce or 20 almonds or 2 tablespoons of seeds, is enough for daily benefit. Portioning in this way honors the body's need for strength without burdening it with excess. The timing of consumption also matters. When eaten with meals, nuts and seeds aid nutrient absorption and keep electrolytes steady. Before bed, they can relax muscles and reduce the risk of nighttime cramps. After physical activity, they help replace minerals lost through sweat, supporting faster recovery. In this rhythm, nuts and seeds become not only food but also a form of daily practice, woven into the cycle of nourishment and rest. There are, however, cautions to hold in mind. Salted or heavily processed nuts contain excess sodium, which can lead to dehydration and increase the risk of cramping, the very problem we seek to solve. Choose instead unsalted, raw, or dry roasted forms. Some individuals may face allergies, in which case alternative sources of magnesium and potassium should be sought. For those with sensitive digestion, the fiber in nuts and seeds can sometimes cause discomfort. Eating them in moderation, chewing slowly, and pairing them with other gentle foods can ease this. When these considerations are respected, nuts and seeds become a powerful ally. Imagine the daily ritual of taking a small handful, feeling the weight of them in your palm, and recognizing that in this small measure lies profound nourishment. You are not simply eating, you are engaging in an act of care, sending strength into your muscles, resilience into your nerves, and calm into your body. Picture an elder rising in the morning with steadier steps, walking through the day without fear of sudden cramps, and lying down at night with muscles that rest quietly. This vision is not far away. It is within reach through consistent practice. A banana in the morning, an egg at breakfast, a handful of nuts in the afternoon. Each of these small acts contributes to the greater whole of health. In this way, nuts and seeds remind us of a larger truth, that what is small can be mighty, and that strength often comes not from grand gestures, but from steady, mindful choices. They are seeds of nourishment, yes, but also seeds of wisdom. To plant them in your diet is to plant comfort in your muscles and peace in your nights. For seniors who seek freedom from cramps and the renewal of mobility, let nuts and seeds become daily companions. With moderation, variety, and mindfulness, these humble foods can transform discomfort into vitality. They teach us that health is cultivated one handful at a time, just as strength in life is cultivated one mindful choice at a time. Beyond the nourishment of food, the body also requires movement, gentle, mindful movement that keeps the muscles awake and the circulation flowing. When muscles are allowed to grow stiff from stillness, cramps often arrive. But when we invite the body to stretch, to breathe, and to release tension, we create the conditions for comfort and balance. One simple practice is the calf stretch. Stand facing a wall, place your hands against it and step one foot back. Keep the heel of the back foot on the ground, lean forward slightly and feel the lengthening in the calf. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. This exercise allows the calf muscles, where many night cramps begin, to relax and restore their elasticity. Another gentle movement is ankle rotation. While seated, lift one foot slightly off the floor and slowly rotate the ankle in circles, 10 times clockwise, 10 times counterclockwise. This small act encourages blood flow to the lower legs and keeps the joints supple. Toe raises are also helpful. Stand near a chair for support, rise slowly onto the balls of your feet, hold for a moment, then lower back down. Repeat this 10 to 15 times. This strengthens the calf muscles and improves circulation, making cramps less likely during the night. Before sleep, you may also lie on your back and extend one leg upward, holding it lightly with your hands behind the thigh. Point and flex the toes gently, allowing the tension in the hamstring and calf to ease. Breathe deeply as you do this, letting the body settle into calmness. These movements require no equipment, no great effort, only a willingness to tend to the body with patience. Performed daily, they loosen what has grown tight, strengthen what has weakened, and remind us that movement is as important as nourishment. Together with the right foods, such gentle practices prepare the body for restful nights and freer days. As we reach the end of this exploration, let us pause and reflect on what has been discovered. The body, especially in its later years, asks not for miracles, but for balance. Cramps, weakness, and restless nights are not signs of failure, but gentle reminders that the body longs for nourishment and care. We have seen how simple foods can become medicine. The egg, carrying complete protein and vital vitamins, rebuilds what time has worn down and protects the delicate communication between nerves and muscles. The banana, rich in potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, restores fluid balance, eases tension, and supports the quiet rhythm of contraction and release. Nuts and seeds, though small, offer strength through their minerals, proteins, and healthy fats, improving circulation, calming inflammation, and keeping the body resilient. Together, these foods form more than a diet. They form a practice of self-respect. When you choose them with intention, you are not merely eating, you are affirming life, giving your body the tools it needs to remain strong, steady, and free of needless suffering. And beyond food, movement must also be remembered. A gentle stretch before bed, the slow turning of an ankle, or a rise onto the toes, all of these awaken circulation, soften stiffness, and invite the body into ease. These are not grand efforts, but small acts of kindness to yourself, repeated with patience. So let this be the message carried forward. Each day, through nourishment and movement, you can write a new story for your body. Not a story of decline, but of renewal. May your nights be restful, your steps steady, and your life filled with the quiet strength that comes from caring for yourself with awareness and compassion.